Algebra 2 Semester 2 Final Review. Numbers 17, 18, and 19 are the ones I'm going to look at here. Number 17 has got an awful lot of work. 17 asks which solution is completely correct. So we've got 4 students that are working out this same problem, and we're looking to find the one that is 100% correct. If we look at atoms, we have x to the 4th over x to the negative 1, all of that raised to the negative 2 power. Now the first thing that Adam did is he got rid of this fraction. He noticed that the only thing different between these two is that this x to the negative 1 became x to the positive 1, which is over 1. So really he just took this x to the negative 1 to the numerator, which is absolutely correct. That's what you want to do. Remove that positive, or remove the negative exponent to make it a positive. And then this x to the first on this next line, he hasn't done anything with that negative 2 yet. He took these, multiplied, and got x to the 5th. 4 plus 1 is that 5. That is correct. Then he took the negative 2 and distributed, multiplied by the exponent on the inside, which is the negative 10. That is correct. And finally, he took this x to the negative 10 over 1, and he did the reciprocal to get that negative 10 to be a positive 10. So that actually is right. Again, we were looking out here because this first one is the correct one. Now, just to look at the other ones, if we look at what the mistake was in the other ones. For Brooke, she just, in the very first step, she just took, well, I'm just going to combine 4 plus negative 1 to get positive 3, which, since she's getting rid of the fraction, what she should have done is 4 minus negative 1. When you have the fraction, you're subtracting the exponents. So that would become 5 like Adam had here. So that right there is where the mistake is for Brooke. For Chris, he took the negative 2 and he distributed, got negative 8, positive 2, which is actually correct. That is a good first step. You can totally get the correct answer from doing that. So this is fine. Then he made the same mistake as Brooke. What he did here is he did negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. But remember that with the fraction, he should have done negative 8 minus 2 to get the negative 10 like we had here. So that right there is where he made a mistake. Then Danielle, one first step, that is correct because she did what Brooke should have done here. She did get x to the 5th, that's right. But then to go from here to the next step, she added 5 and negative 2 and got positive 3. But remember that you had to multiply these to get that next step. So that is where her mistake is. Number 18, which of the following is a simplified form of the expression log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of 6 minus log base 2 of 4? So from left to right, we want to go just like kind of like order of operations, left and right. When we condense the logs with the addition, remember the addition becomes multiplication. So the first thing that happens is the 8 and the 6 multiply. The little base 2 doesn't change. 8 times 6 gives us 48. We still have minus log base 2 of 4. Then 48 with the subtraction, remember subtraction when you condense the logs becomes division. Subtraction becomes the fraction. 48 divided by 4 is 12, so the next log will be log base 2 of 12. Then that's pretty much it actually, because there are other ways to write this log, but if you look at the 4 choices, there it is right there, log base 2 of 12. So our correct answer for number 18 is A. Last one for this video. If I equals square root of negative 1, then what is I to the 9th? Remember that there are 4 patterns when we're working with the i's to simplify them. I to the first, I to the second, I to the third, and I to the fourth. Those are the ones that keep repeating. The results from these keep repeating over and over. So since there are 4 in the pattern, remember that I to the first is I to the second is negative 1, I to the third is negative I, and I to the fourth is positive 1. We're trying to match up I to the 9th with one of these in the pattern. To do that, since there are 4 in the pattern, we're going to take old school math, division, long division. This exponent of 9 is going to divide by 4 again because of the 4 different results in the pattern. 4 goes into 9 twice. Subtract that. Then you get your remainder. This remainder then becomes the new exponent. So this means that it's going to be I to the first, which is a plain old I, which means our answer is D.